Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday, December the 18th, and we're here to look at the new releases that have been published this week in the realm of romance. Every day of the work week, Monday through Friday, we look at a different genre of books published, newly released this week. And today is love. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Wednesdays, but I do have chapter 18 of our Advent calendar bedtime cozy mystery read aloud over on our spin-off channel, Tales for Bookeemonsters. The book we are reading aloud is Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge by Kirsty Herland Johnson, if I remember right. It's a work actually in translation from Norway, but it is set up like an advent calendar. That will be at 9 p.m. tonight on Tales from Bookeemonsters channel. Good morning, Mary. Happy Wednesday. Love is in the air. Indeed. Let's look at some love. The pickings were slim again, so I did some scouring in Amazon. I came up with maybe enough to fill the day. Some of these are Kindle Unlimited and unknown authors that need the spotlight. Something Extraordinary in the Something Fabulous series by Alexis Hall. The absurdist adventure of two friends determined to avoid marriage to unsuitable people as they race through Regency England to marry each other instead. Sir Horley Cumwithers isn't particularly interested in getting married, especially when his match is a perfectly respectable young woman. Sir Horley is, after all, extravagantly gay, but he's resigned to a fate there's no point resisting until a dear friend does it for him. Arabella Tarleton has no interest in romance, but even she can see that Sir Horley's nuptials are destined to end in a lifetime of misery. They didn't care about that. That was not in the equation whatsoever. So definitely an author from our times looking through the lens of our times on a time period and putting their own values on it. But let's continue. Well, not on her watch. What are friends for if not abducting you on the night before your wedding in an overly dramatic attempt to save you from a terrible mistake? Their journey to Gretna Green is a hodgepodge of colorful run-ins and near misses with questionable innkeepers, amateur highwaymen, over-attentive riders, and scorned fiancés. Then again, a bumpy road is better than an unhappy destination. But when it comes to marriage, Belle and Sir Horley are about to discover that it's not what you do or how you do it, but the people you choose to do it with that matters most. Leave the Regency alone if you don't know anything about the time period. The snark is early. They can keep that one. Not interested. Absolutely. Cloaked in Beauty, part of the Texas Ever After series, 3 books by Karen Whittemer. Letty Hood has spent the last 15 years of her life hidden away with her grandmother in the backwoods of East Texas to escape the deadly schemes of an uncle who wants her dead. Now, with her 21st birthday on the horizon, she's forced to accept the escort of a stranger and return to Houston in secret so she can claim a birthright that will make her one of the wealthiest women in Texas if she lives long enough to inherit. Pinkerton agent Philip Carmichael has one duty: get the Radcliffe heiress home alive. Expecting a spoiled girl, Philip is surprised to encounter a woman of rare strength with a kind soul and keen wit. As they journey together, Letty's resilience wins his admiration, breaking through his hardened cynicism. Yet the threat to her survival grows more menacing with every mile, and Philip fears that keeping Letty out of harm's way may be just as impossible as keeping her out of his heart. Oh, pretty dress alert. Devil to Pay. In the All's Fair in Love and Racing book series, this is book number 4 by Sophie Darling. Everyone knows you can't trust the devil. Lady Beatrix St. Vincent was born with a silver spoon and a father who would as soon sell it out from under her for his gambling debts. No matter how hard she works, there's always an obstacle in her way, keeping her from achieving her dreams. Then the devil himself crashes into her life. But when he offers heaven itself, Blake Deverell, Lord Devil, always wins. In business, on the racecourse, and even in the hotel, which can't ignore his immense wealth despite his low birth. He is the man who has almost everything. Now he's finally in a position to achieve his deepest desire, but he needs Beatrix's help. Can a lady resist? Fooling the Taunt into believing they're madly in love is easy, but ignoring the passion flaring between them proves much, much harder. The futures they've always dreamed of are so close, but suddenly Beatrix and Dev find themselves questioning what they really want. Will Lord Devil get his due and his lady? She's looking at him like, I know this shirt comes off. They all come off. Diana Palmer has a new one. I did check. This is a new one. Book number 52 in the Long Tall Texans series, Lawbreaker. Tony Garza has been Odalie Everett's nemesis since the day they met. Once a New Jersey crime boss, Tony now owns an art gallery in New York, where he spends most of his time delegating his shadier business to subordinates. Odalie is a professional singer whose lifelong dream is to perform at the Met. She never expected to run into the heartbreaker from her past when she rents a small house near Tony's Manhattan apartment while taking voice lessons. But when they reconnect, they can't help but give in to unforgettable passion. As their relationship blossoms, deadly figures from Tony's past come back to exact revenge, and he'll do anything to protect Odalie, even bring her back home to her family ranch in Texas. But as Odalie struggles with the idea of leaving behind her dreams in the city to have true love in Texas, she finds herself caught in the ultimate trap, and Tony's past won't let them go. End of row one. Wow, 52 books. She must write while she sleeps to have that many. And she's been doing it a long, long time. Kind of like Nora Roberts. Nora Roberts has written like about 500 books. Magic of Moonlight by Tracy Brogan. Pretty dress alert. Also purple. Must be the purple pretty dress day. I do like that. Second in the Bostwicks of Trillium Bay. Did I say the title? Magic of Moonlight? Okay. Trillium Bay, 1889. Alexander Bostwick doesn't believe in ghosts, but the unexpected death of his bride has him feeling haunted. The lingering scent of her perfume, along with her personal possessions popping up in the most peculiar places, has him worried he's lost his senses as well as his wife. With half of Chicago feeling sorry for him and the other half suspecting he had a hand in her demise, Alex escapes to Trillium Bay, hoping peace and quiet may ease his troubled mind. Progressive, pragmatic, Gertrude Hart has a medical degree from the University of Michigan. Doubt it. But establishing herself as a capable physician has proven more arduous than passing her final exams. Her mother thinks a summer at the Imperial Hotel will convince Trudy it's time to relinquish medicine for matrimony, but Trudy isn't interested in marriage and intends to steer any suitable suitors toward her prettier, more marriageable-minded sisters and away from herself. Her strategy seems foolproof until Alexander Bostwick captures her sister's attention. Rumors swirl around the handsome, enigmatic drinking game. Widower, so before he can break her sister's heart, or worse, Trudy vows to learn the truth by any means necessary. But her ploy to gain his trust has unexpected consequences. When Alex confides he doesn't want a new wife, he wants to stop being pestered by the old one, Trudy decides to help, and together they work to unravel the mystery behind the spectral shenanigans that have followed him to Trillium Bay. Late-night encounters, counsel from self-serving mediums, and a seance gone horribly awry provide Alex and Trudy with some answers. But it's the magic of moonlight which leads them to the most important discovery of all, each other. Waiting for a Forever Love by Willa Blair, second in the Lost Love book series. Actually, kind of like that cover. Successful businessman Holt Ridley doesn't believe in curses, but when he inherits a great aunt's Long Island estate in early winter, tales of his family's past tragedies begin to seem real and threatening. Though he's determined to sell everything and return to his life in California as quickly as possible, the stunning Scottish antiques expert hired to help him soon disrupts her plans. But she is just the touch of holiday cheer he needs. She challenges his every assumption, not only about the contents of the estate and everything he was told about his family's past, but about learning to love for a lifetime. Antique appraiser Caitlin Patterson discovers more than she expected among the contents she's been hired to catalog in the grand manner. As she evaluates the estate's furnishing, she uncovers several mysteries, including a disturbing one that drives her to solve it. The most intriguing is the mansion's new owner, Holt Ridley. Holt is handsome, rich, and stubborn, just the sort of man she loves to spar with, but there's also a sadness in him that she longs to heal. Holt fears if their romance deepens, the century-old heartache that plagues his family will extend to him and harm Caitlin, too. You're manifesting it, dude. She's determined to help him find the happiness that has eluded him his entire life. He is torn between his desire and for her and his need to protect her. Dare he let her close enough to risk everything? If they fail, his family history will be repeated, and neither of them will find a forever love. Well, his happiness is his responsibility. You can be a part of it, but it's his responsibility. Now, this cover is gorgeous, although I think it's only in the hardcover version of it. And it's 476 pages. And I don't believe it's a fantasy, though. It looks kind of like a fantasy, but let's see what if I remember right, the Kindle looks different. See, Kindle's different. I prefer the hardcover. I have fought, I have bled, I have wreaked havoc for my family. Anyone who threatened us, tried to break us, I broke them instead. Then there was peace, marriage, children. Life was good, life was great, until my phone rang one night. Retired, I was no longer in the NFL. We'd recently moved back to Fallen Crest, so I should have known. I should have remembered. There's no peace in Fallen Crest. War wasn't coming. It was already here. I guess that is a football helmet, isn't that? Oh my god, that's funny. You can get up to a lot of romantic shenanigans in that many pages. Indeed. Sometimes books that are like that have mostly shenanigans and very little plot, but depends on what the spice level is there. Definitely Better Now by Ava Robinson. The very last person anyone should worry about is Emma. Yes, hi, she's an alcoholic, but she's officially been sober for 1 entire year. That's 12 months of better health, 52 whole weeks of focusing on nothing but her 9-to-5 office job, group meetings, and avoiding the kind of bad decisions that previously left her awash in shame and regret. It's also been 365 days of not dating, and with her new dating profile, Emma, 26, in New York, is ready to put herself back out there. Except, was dating always this complicated? And did Emma's mother really have to choose now to move in with her new boyfriend? Being assigned to plan her office's holiday party feels like icing on the suddenly very overwhelming cake until her estranged father reappears with devastating news. Icing, meet cherry on top. But then there's Ben, the charming IT guy who, despite Emma's awkwardness and shortcomings, seems to maybe actually get her. Sobriety is turning out to be far from the flawless future Emma had once envisioned for herself, but as she allows herself to open up to Ben and confront the difficult past relationships, she's beginning to realize that taking things one day at a time might just be the perfectly imperfect path she's meant to be on. The cover really screams rom-com, but these are very deep issues. End of row 2. I do like a man with a beard. The Christmas Eve Delivery by Ava Gray, part of the Festive Flames series, 3 books. One stormy night was all it took. He's a silver fox billionaire. I'm the small town girl he left behind. Ruggedly handsome, dangerously charming, like sin in a designer suit. Snow falling outside my struggling inn, he appeared like a dream in expensive wool, breaking down my walls faster than the storm, until morning came and he vanished. Turns out he's Miles Carlyle, Manhattan's most ruthless developer, the man now threatening my town's future, yet the memory of his touch still burns. Now he's back with his $1 billion offers, at least that's his excuse, till a Christmas Eve blizzard traps us. And he discovers the secret I've been hiding, a baby bump that's impossible to miss. Some second chances come with unexpected gifts, and this silver fox is about to get the surprise of his life. Surprise! Merry Christmas! We didn't use protection. We could have, but we didn't. False Evidence by Rachel Grant, 12th. He could come to my house. Oh, I know. I do like a man with a beard. Not a, Gandalf beard, but do Gandalf have a beard? Alexandra Vargas hasn't spoken to JT Talon in 7 years. She's moved on from the heartbreak and now has the baby and life she always wanted. But everything changes on a cold December evening when a traffic stop goes horribly wrong, and Alexandra finds herself on the run with only one possible place to hide: JT's remote mountain cabin, the same place where 11 years ago she broke her engagement a week before the wedding. So there's 11 years and there's 7 years, okay? JT must face his worst nightmare when he learns that not only is the love of his life a fugitive from the police, but also he must now step up and smuggle the child he never wanted to safety. Past and present collide as JT and Alexandra struggle to find their way back to each other and heal the rift that has long separated them. But their past still threatens their future, and no one is safe until the truth behind every deception is revealed. The cover really doesn't have anything to do with the contents. Like, that's never happened before. Between Now and Forever by Adriana Locke. As they used to say, hubba hubba, indeed. There are some good covers out there. When Gabrielle Solomon falls, she falls hard. It sounds like this is like a repeat kind of situation. Even if that means literally toppling over a porch railing in nothing but a flimsy towel right in front of her sexy new neighbor. Jay Stetson says, Merry Christmas to me, no, is 100% hero material with those arms, that chest, and his deliciously oh-so-sexy smirk. The chiseled hunk in flannel has an irresistible off-limits attitude while plucking Gabrielle out of the bushes and saving her from a snake. Unfortunately, he's not indulging in what Gabrielle is offering, not with his emotional train wreck of a past. Just neighbors, just friends, or so he says. Secretly, he's smitten with the single fierce mama bear of 2 who plays Miss Fix-It at the house next door. He doesn't even really mind the noise or the chaos her young sons cause. What he does mind is how his lonely heart races when looking into her emerald-colored eyes. Can Jay let his painful memories go, or will he let the woman of his dreams slip between his fingers? Like her towel. Oh, pretty dress. Duke with a reputation. See, his shirt's trying to fall off too. By Scarlett Scott, first in the Wicked Duke Society books. The Duke of Brandon is London's most infamous rake, but his world crashes to a decided halt when the sins of his past come back to haunt him in the form of one small she-devil of a child who has green eyes just like his. To make matters worse, his disapproving grandmother has decided he must marry or forfeit his inheritance. Now he has no choice but to raise a daughter, find a suitable wife, and keep his harridan grandmother from discovering his sordid secrets as founder of the Wicked Duke Society. So, when the tempting, fiery-haired Countess of Grenfell propositions him, he offers her something else instead, a marriage of convenience. No, you're looking for a nanny. Lottie, Countess of Grenfell, is London's most notorious widow. Her doomed one-sided marriage left her with a broken heart and a determination never to wed again. What she wants is simple: passion, independence, and one night in the Duke of Brandon's bed or in his scandalous chair, perhaps even against a wall. She wouldn't marry him, however, if he were the last man on earth. Brandon is quickly running out of time. He must persuade Lottie to become his duchess with all haste, or risk losing everything. As he sets out to seduce her into marriage, he's shocked to realize he's done the one thing he previously believed himself incapable of along the way. He's fallen in love. But Lottie's bruised and battered heart is more guarded than his, and she has vowed never to allow another man to hurt her again. Heat level, scorching hot. Don't say you weren't warned, says the tagline. Warn ya. It's hot. Last one, and we're almost out of time. Tiernan's Striving by Ciara St. James, 5th in the Covenant of Ascent, O'Sheeran's. Tiernan is usually one of the quieter O'Sheerans. He spends his time building their horse racing stable into one of the best in the world. He loves everything to do with horses, which leads to a new endeavor and an idea to share that love with those who would otherwise never have the chance. Maggie's Moppets is part of that. He wants children who are considered different to get the benefits of loving a horse. When his first student comes to the stables, he brings his mom. Tiernan is drawn to Cassius and his mom, Kennedy. Ugh, good lord with the spelling. He wants to get to know her and Cass. However, she seems a bit elusive. Tiernan finds excuses to spend more time with them and hopes she'll open up. Kennedy and her son have had it hard. She works 3 jobs to care for her son. Her son's bio dad isn't in the picture, and she's glad. They don't need him or the danger he presents anywhere near them. She hopes to be able to make Cassius see real horses one day. Cassius has loved them since he was small, but has never seen one in person until Maggie's Moppets. As Cassius blossoms and Tiernan and Kennedy get to know each other, it's not all roses. She has trust issues. His family is still dealing with ending a group of human traffickers. As families do. The O'Sheeran's true past and present are a secret to Kennedy, and there's her past to deal with as well. It makes for an intriguing and possibly dangerous time. However, when the ending arrives, a new group is revealed, and the O'Sheeran's ongoing battle to find and rescue all those taken has a new ally to help, an ally they never expected and have no idea how to work with. There you go. And that is all we have. We managed to fill the romance day. That should go on my list. All right. So I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Wednesday night, but I do have chapter 18 of our Advent Calendar Cozy Mystery Bedtime Read Aloud of Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge on the spin-off channel Tales for Bookeemonsters. You can listen to all the chapters if you want to. They are meant to be bedtime stories, so well, it's a continuous book, but etc. etc. Hope you have a good Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll be looking at fantasy and science fiction. Our next sprints are tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a good Wednesday. Be safe. Be happy. You're in my heart. And as the banner says, don't be a bookworm. Be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. I'll have to get my haircut later too, but hope to catch Rosanna and see you there. Yes, have a great day and thanks. Oh, you betcha. May your haircut go well. All right. Have a good day. God bless.